Torb's daughter Brigitte is the next hero. She's Hero 27. She's a tank support hybrid, and she's part of the Ironclad Guild. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I am Stylosa. This is a wild speculation video, but let's take a look at all of the evidence we've got so far. Now, what we've got is the teasers for Hero 27 are starting to heat up. So last week, we got the sort of summary of Operation White Dome, the after-action report from Anna. And in this, we learnt about a new character called Emery. Now, we don't know who this person is. We don't know if he's been teased before. We literally have no idea what he was doing. We just believe he was a kind of like a local specialist that Overwatch took along because he was Turkish. They needed to understand what was going on in Turkey. And so, well, like he was like the local guide. At least that's all we know right now. However, there has been another update. Now, you guys have seen this, so I'm not going to read through this, but what we need to take away from this is a few key things. So this is Torbjorn's letter back home. Now, what he's saying here is like, well, you know, blah, blah, mission went bad, blah, 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 my arm got blown off. So this is where we get confirmation that this is where Torbjorn got his arm ripped off, because he says to his wife, yes, I will build myself a new arm. Don't you worry about it, because his wife is worried about his arm. Understandably so, ladies and gentlemen. The second thing we learn, though, is that Reinhardt names Torbjorn's unborn child. Now, if you look at Brigitte, I want to say Brigitte, right? Because I guess I'm English, right? But I think it's Brigitte. At least that's how it's pronounced. This is Torbjorn's daughter, and we see her in a few key places with Reinhardt. She's almost like Reinhardt's squire. So Reinhardt has an affinity towards this character, this person in the world, and it looks like this is where it started. Reinhardt saves Torbjorn from being killed, but Torbjorn loses his arm. As a result of that, Reinhardt is effectively made Brigitte's godfather and is also allowed to name her. Torbjorn allows Reinhardt to do this, so he names her Brigitte. Now, this is the German version of Brigitte, essentially. It's not the Nordic version. So this is obviously this has to be Brigitte. Now, it doesn't say this specifically in the letter, but it has to be. So Reinhardt gives her her name. That is the connection there. So let's talk about this letter itself, because it makes it very obvious who the next hero is. Now, just hear me out on this. It's focusing on Torbjorn's unborn daughter. Now, Jeff has said in the past, we've seen the hero, or it's been teased at. So, well, she's in Reinhardt's comic. She's also in Reinhardt's amazing animated short. Like, in my eyes, this is the best animated short. Probably Dragons is after it, then I Like Alive. But honestly, Honor is a ridiculously good animated short. If you go back and watch that now, especially at the start of it, it has more sort of power, because now we know about the connection between Reinhardt and Brigitte, and also Torbjorn as well. There is such power there now. It makes it way more, it just makes it, well, it makes it more alive. It's awesome. So anyway, what's the point I'm trying to make here? Well, remember Sombra. This was a very convoluted, so a very sort of complex ARG that they had. Blizzard did not like this because of the community backlash it caused. Now, personally, I think the ARG was pretty good, all things considered, because it did sort of build up hype. Yeah, maybe too much hype. Sombra became a bit of a meme, but it was a really good sort of event to build up to the launch of a hero. The thing is, though, when we look at the other hero launches after that, they've gone into a more simplistic approach. So if we look at Orisa, she had a small build-up and then she launched. I think we are getting exactly the same thing with this hero, because we started getting teasers on Thursday last week, and then we go Friday, I don't think we got anything. Saturday we got a teaser. Sunday we obviously got nothing. Monday today, are we going to get a teaser? I don't know. If we do, then that's pretty much going to confirm that we are getting this hero next week, or it will be announced at some point very, very quick. Because if you think, as well as what's going on with Overwatch, this is the downtime between competitive seasons. So it's sort of like a gap. Also, we're coming towards the end of the Lunar New Year event, so there is a bit of a gap. So they tease in the final week of Lunar New Year, and then they sort of give us the hero, and then we get the hero to play with, and then the next update going into sort of like April would be the next Uprising event, so another sort of major lore kind of event going on. At least that's what it possibly could happen. We're not sure, we don't know. Of course, all of this is just speculation at the moment. So I think they're going to make this more obvious. Like I said, you look at Orisa, we understand how she was launched. You look at Doomfist, well, we all knew it was Doomfist anyway. So yeah, that was great, that was Doomfist. Moira just sort of was like, oh, by the way, here's Moira. She just came out of nowhere. There wasn't really any build-up to Moira. She just suddenly launched at BlizzCon. So I'm pretty sure that what we're getting here is Brigitte as a hero. Emery is a bit of a wild shout, because he's not really how can I say this? He's not really involved, is he, in the lore? At least we don't think he is, but Brigitte definitely is. So let's think about ability speculation, because if she is the next hero, and Jeff says it is a meta-defining or a meta-changing hero, what would this hero do? Well, this got me thinking. She is a member of the Ironclad guild. We know this because she's got the Ironclad tattoo, exactly the same as what Torbjorn's got. This means they are like the best engineers. They are ridiculous. The Ironclad Guild was responsible for building the Titans, I believe. Also, obviously, she's Torbjorn's daughter, so she's going to be very good with mechanical stuff. She's going to be a mechanic. She's going to be an engineer. She's going to be able to rebuild stuff. I mean, hell, we know that she services Reinhardt's armor. That's what she does. That's why she's with Reinhardt. She keeps his Crusader armor in working condition, because Reinhardt doesn't know what he's doing. He's an idiot, right? He just knows how to smash people with a hammer. That's all Reinhardt does. And Torbjorn as well was also responsible for the upkeep of Reinhardt's armor when they were in Overwatch. So it's kind of like there is a connection there. So what could her abilities be? Well, like I said, this got me thinking, right? So I think she's going to repair armor. Now, this is actually a really funky ability. Not give armor, Torbjorn gives you armor, but repair armor. Imagine if you had a hero which could repair lost armor. Just armor. We're not talking about health. We're just talking about armor. Look at the tanks in the game. Look at Reinhardt. If you were repairing Reinhardt's armor, that would allow Reinhardt to run around and engage in a fight without his barrier. That is crazy. If you were to repair D.Va's armor, that would be mental. And of course, it applies to the other heroes with armor as well, like Winston, etc., etc. That would be super cool, I think, as a little ability. But I think she's also going to be tanky. Now, the reason why I think she's going to be tanky is just look at her. She's buff as all hell. She looks solid. It's like, wow, she's going to be solid. And if she's been Reinhardt's squire for we don't know how long, but presumably most of her working life, then she's going to have like tanky tendencies. She's going to watch Reinhardt and what he's doing. She's going to know how to support Reinhardt. So in a sense, she's going to be a support tank with an armor repair ability, possibly some sort of armored suit that she's built herself, maybe like a variation on the Crusader suit. Like, I think this would be really, really cool, right? Think about this. Reinhardt's suit is bulky, Reinhardt is slow. Imagine if there was a faster, modern, streamlined version of that suit. Not as much protection, but maybe coupled with a bit more offensive capability and more support-orientated abilities. Almost like she's like a mechanic, like a battlefield, like mechanic, I guess, like a battlefield repair hero, but she's also a tank, so she's kind of like not so much a main tank, but like an off tank. We could go mental with this. What I want you guys to do in the comments is just go crazy. If we start getting more teasers, which maybe we will this week, we just don't know, but if we do, then we know that the hero launch is going to be pretty close. At the moment, we think it's Brigitte. Let's go wild, guys, with ability speculation in the comments below. I've been Stylosa. This is Unit Lost. If you enjoyed the video, then like the video. You can subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on Twitter as well, guys, which is @UnitLostGaming, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Oh, and do remember, if you'd like to be alerted to new video uploads, then do click the little bell when you click subscribe to the channel, or it's next to the subscribe button. It's somewhere below the video player. Catch you guys on the next one. Toodaloo.